Okay, some cool, meaningful progress on the house track we've been working on here. I'm calling it Baby Blue. The project is still just named after the date it started, but Baby Blue, cool operational name. This is all drop. So this is kind of build up here. It's kind of a very trancy house track. If you're just catching this video and haven't heard any of the videos in this series, this is all intro. Has this sort of big washy vibe.
It's surprising, it's amazing.
That sort of vibe. And then we build up into a drop. It's a very trancy drop. Feels good. And then that transitions into a more housey drop. Still very trancy though. And then from there, where do we go, right? We do this for a little while. We build on that idea a little bit. So there's this kind of big, we're like full beat for this whole time in here. And I really do need to go in and make this maybe a little bit more rhythmically interesting. Put a few kind of like kick variations in a few spots. Put a few extra snare hits in a few places. But I'm gonna save details for that once I kind of have the whole roadmap done. So I'm kind of plodding along with that. And so the question was, where do we go after this? And yesterday, right as I was ending, I was like, oh, it'd be really cool if we kind of like had like a high pass filter kind of sweep up through the majority of the sound and then bring us back into something kind of similar to this section from the beginning, but that is iterated on. And then we can use that to build back up into another drop and put new ideas on top of that. And then that'll be the end of the piece. We are getting kind of long here, especially with this long intro. We're already at almost 4 minutes. So we need to keep this section not too long and build back in pretty quickly. And then from there, but I don't know. Trance is a longer form than most EDM, and we'll talk about that some other time. Let's just kind of play you what we built here today. I built all of this, and yeah, tell me what you think of this. So that's where we're at right now. Obviously, there needs to be a fourth vocal here, and I really love the motion of it's an ocean or something like that. Ba-da, ba-da, and do re ti so. It's a little bit out of my range, but I think with the help of multiple takes and auto-tune, I can probably get there. The words "it's an ocean" keeps coming to mind, even though that kind of doesn't make any sense. But this na 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 na, I think it's like a really, really pretty progression. And I really love the way that these vocals kind of hand off with the synth, where you kind of have this like na 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 na, and then da 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 da, then da 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 da. Da, da, da. Like if you just kind of like solo these guys here, you get this.
It's surprising. It's amazing.
It's a good little relationship they've got going on there, And I do, I think also tomorrow, on top of re-recording that vocal, I do need to re-record this guy, unfortunately.
It's a wonder.
It could live. It'd probably be fine. but I'm kind of, because I go, it's a wonder all the places you go. I don't want to sing all of it. I just want, it's a wonder, but I don't sing it's a wonder. I sing it's a wonder all the places you go. So I kind of had to like cut it off with like a fade. All of these I had to kind of like rebounce to get them be really nice and clean over here in our original sample files. Like this guy here, I bounced out to this guy, which has all of the reverb and echo and stuff kind of built into it, which makes it really kind of unclean to chop up and make new vocal sounds. So I had to come back in, and you can kind of see all the fades I've got going on here with these sounds. They're at the end of all of them. I'm kind of putting these tails, and this is it. If it's a wonder all, I'm on Dural. I'm trying to chop all off there with a fade out. That bounces out well. It looks a little bit quiet just because of kind of where I've got it set volume wise. I just didn't tell it to normalize because it was working at the volume I wanted it anyway, since it's further back. But yeah, then this art has the echo baked into it, so it works. But I think it could work better if I were to maybe just re-record myself saying it's a wonder. It'll be interesting though, because I did record that on my phone, and I want to try and use the microphone for it and see if I can get it close with mixing, with my vocal chain and stuff that I've been building. So we'll see how close I get. I might end up re-recording it on the phone anyways, but then recording that second line that I want to put the kind of like actual new bit of vocals here in this section. The other thing I want to do, I maybe already said this, is replace this with an actual guitar solo. Put like a real 80s kind of distorted, super big reverby guitar solo in here. I think that would go really hard, especially with the kind of the 80s style that's kind of generally screaming around in this song. So this whole bit was pretty cool. I think that this bass was super easy to make, but my goodness, do I love the way this drops in. Locks in, feels great. And this is just this analog dark bass we've been using since literally like day one on this channel. This is an Alchemy preset. It's beautiful. It's got it's just dark bass C1, whatever that is. It looks like this. I wish I could zoom in and look at it a little bit closer, a little bit more easily. If I pull up the oscilloscope, like what does this sound look like? I guess I could try building that wave in Serum or something like that and see if I can kind of duplicate that. Obviously, it's these other things as well. I guess it's mainly just these two, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm slowly learning how to kind of pull these things apart, but Alchemy is not one I know as well. So yeah, it's stuff like that wave plus this wave. I don't know exactly why this sounds so good to me, but it does, and you can see it in Span really easily with kind of all the extra partials that's kind of going on. It's got this undertone, and then this kind of funky arrangement of upper partials, but this is really, really pretty. I really love this sound. I really sat there and tried to figure out how to make it be able to go down here to the 6. I really wanted this higher note to be down the octave and to go boom, 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 boom. But you basically just have to start this up the octave to kind of get that effect. But it's just this opening chord, the way this just like so beautifully gels into what's going on in our piece. It hits so perfectly. It was so wonderful. I didn't even have to like fade this in. There's no automation on this channel. It just perfectly sat right where I wanted it to. As our sweeps come back down, as we take a look up here at the side chain, there's 3 different types of automation happening here on this Pro Q4 instance that we have on the side chain. This guy is interesting. Another good reason why we record videos, I actually caught some automation that wasn't in there. I want this effect to be bypassed up until this point over here, and then once it turns on this little notch, as well as this frequency, this kind of low cut frequency sweep. That when they're kind of all slamming back into place, and that kind of is this really great intro for our bass. If I solo the side chain as well as this dark analog bass here, then there's just this tiniest little gap of sound that I think actually kind of like works for making it really hit too. So that was kind of a happy accident. But you can see kind of the automation I drew there of the notch because there's a notch band, that band EQ, as well as the high pass kind of going up and then plummeting back down, as well as this to have it kind of like move up. You saw it there. So it comes down and then goes up. Because as this notch passed over those bass frequencies, it really made the sub woof in a bad way. So just having it not be up for that bit creates exactly the effect I was wanting. And then we also do the same thing actually on the percussion as well. A similar effect here of having it kind of move up and down. Not doing the notch here. I don't want the resonance, but just have it pass up to have the kick kind of like pass out for just a little bit and then come back down in. If it were to just go all the way up, I would feel like it would be kind of like ending the piece. Maybe this one I could have it go up, I actually haven't really tried that. Let's just do this, see what happens. Honestly, I don't know if I'm noticing a huge difference here. I think I maybe do like it up compared to down. I don't know if I like that last hit kind of coming back in. So maybe just kind of have it up to here. This is fine for now. Maybe I'll come back and touch that later. Yeah, I did want all of it to kind of go up. But if I put it on the master, then, or like the stereo out where everything's kind of there together, it's a little bit too strong of an effect when I do kind of want things like this guy, this wonderful little pentatonic riser to be able to ring out underneath it. Don't need that getting suppressed by that effect at all. And yeah, honestly, I think the transition here works pretty well. And then from here, we'll maybe kind of have this last chord ring out and build and build and build back into another drop. And I think we'll try and build the second drop differently. I don't know, like steal some ideas for sure, but I do want it to have a very different impact. I don't want it to just be this same drop coming back in. So yeah, that's all we had time for today on this one. I did some watching of tutorials. Not tutorials exactly. I tried to hunt down some videos to help me understand how, I wanted to practice listening to compression. I feel like I listen to compression. People, I don't know what I'm listening to oftentimes, and like I'll sit here and turn on and off my compressors. I can tell things are changing, but it's hard to really identify what is changing and what I like and what I don't like. I just realizing that my ears just don't do well with listening to different volumes and telling volume apart. It's great with pitch, but volume is really difficult. So I wanted more practice with that. Didn't find any good videos though. I found a few videos that claimed to be good videos, and as I watched through them, I was like, this is just normal people explaining how compression works. Or some of them, it was even like, you can really hear how like it makes like just this 2 decibels of sound reduction makes such a big difference. You can really hear how the kick pops out, and I'm like, I swear this is Emperor's New Clothing, that you're just convincing yourself you can hear it when you can't hear it. I'll never forget a guy I watched on TikTok who's a professional sound engineer being like, hey, just in case you've ever worried that you're an idiot or that you think you can hear that placebos aren't real, or you're just wondering like, are you just hearing things, or is there really a difference? Just watch 2 professional sound engineers argue about a plugin for 20 minutes and whether it was the half a decibel of change was actually making a difference or not. And like one was ardently that it was making a difference, and one was ardent that it wasn't making a difference. And then they realized at the end the plugin hadn't been turned on the whole time. So like it even at professional levels, people will hear things that they think are there that they're not. They'll be like, wow, no, this is just, listen to how it's opening up the back end, the low end of the piece here, or something like that. And it's like, it is a lot of, you do have placebos. Placebos are a real thing, but I really want to get to where I'm not hearing placebos, where I can tell the difference between something that's actually making a difference. And I think even in situations over here where I know it's not making it, where I know I can hear the difference, I know there is a difference. I can see the difference in the meters and I can hear a difference, but I can't tell what it is exactly, you know. I just want ways to practice that. So I'm going to keep looking for those, see what else I can do to improve in that area. But yeah, making good progress on this piece and excited to see where it goes. That's all we have time for today. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.